We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to stay above the support level here of 393. And within today's volatility, our SPY bot sent out a bear indicator since 9:50 a.m. And from that moment forward, the outflows crossed the midpoint. There was a lot of zigzagging and sideways consolidation. The outflows crossed again. And within hours, put options went up 300% plus, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge within the volatility and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY trying to fight its way back up, hit a key resistance level up here of $400 up towards 403. We talked about that in yesterday's video, and if it could break above that, the next resistance was 405. We're going to break it all down in today's video, what we're looking at. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunities that were mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the first home run was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot sent out a bear indicator at 1:25 p.m. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness on 42 vision, and put options went up 150% plus within minutes, guys. And our second home run was from TRUE. We caught this one early on in the pre-market, sitting sideways, and then you could see there it got that bull indicator, full strength there on 42 vision. The inflow stayed above the midpoint and into the bell. It went up to a highest point of 20% plus. And then later on in the day, the inflows crossed again. Bull indicator, full strength for another 20% plus jump, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight at a key support level here in a tight consolidation between 393, 394, and then all the way up here towards 403 now, but it was actually 400, right? It was stuck in that area. It broke slightly above it today due to the fact that the US stocks continue to get to those gains or cling on to those gains as the more signs of easing inflation, right? So today in the morning, PPI came in lower than expected. A lot of these data points are coming in lower, and there's an easing, quote unquote, of inflation, exciting the markets and making the speculation that the end of the whole entire inflation spiral is coming soon, right? And that the Fed won't have to be as aggressive and so forth. Now, this is just the beginning of inflation back to back on many different data points coming down. We still have to go through the holidays because, keep in mind, consumer spending starts to spike up here towards the end of the year, and we ourselves as the consumers could actually lift up inflation and also consumer spending and the health of the economy, right? And then that creates the whole speculation for the Fed that they might have to be more aggressive. So we're kind of in a middle ground right now. This move has been really nice so far, super strong, but we cannot believe that it's all behind us, right? We need to see what the Fed is going to do next. How's the next rate hike going to be next month? And what is CPI and other data points showing going into next month for November? And is the cooling off going to continue? And is the recession going to be declared sometime next year? Or is it behind us, right? We need to go ahead and keep these things in mind. And that's what creates volatility and surprises. But right now, the market is feeling euphoric. It's having fun. And things are pushing up. So let's go ahead and pull up the bull and bear indicators and our inflow versus outflow, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bear indicator on the 30-minute, and also with the outflows dominating again on the 30-minute. In the last several days, as things started to slow down here after this big strong inflow crossover to the upside and bull indicator, things have been sitting sideways here, kind of zigzagging, and that's why the markets have not moved much, right? They're kind of just sitting sideways, and the question mark is this the pause before the next bull run to continue going higher, or is it losing steam and can possibly have a cool off, right? Right now it's still holding strong, trying to stay above 394, 395. It's currently at 398, and it hit highs here of 403 recently, and it's been fighting to get above 400. 403 was the next resistance to watch. Talked about that in yesterday's video, and if that got crossed, the next level to watch was 405. Here we are back below 400 at 398, but yet trying to stay above the 394 and 395 area of support. Now, here we have the outflows dominating on the 30-minute, and within the volatility, I stated in yesterday's video, I was going to be watching if these inflows versus outflows could dominate. They had strength here in the beginning of the day, the outflows towards the end of the day, and now the inflows are back up, but still under a bear indicator. It's going to require for this to get canceled to go ahead and bring itself back down. And you can see here how I went from a rip area back down to a dip area, and yesterday in the after hours it went from a dip area into today's pre-market of a rip area, right? So if it's your first time here in the channel, the white with red borders is what we call the dip areas, the rip areas is bright green, and the transitions happen on the way up, on the way down, and the bull and bear indicators are there as extra layers of confirmation, and the inflow versus outflow as well. Now, here we are with the bigger picture though, under a bear indicator and outflows dominating. So if that 15-minute can actually have real strength, it could try to bring this back up. I'm going to be watching for that very closely. Or if that 15-minute rejects back below it, it could actually continue to get pulled down by the 30-minute, staying below the midpoint and actually possibly pulling away from it, okay? That is something to watch. Now, in the bigger picture, if you look at the 1 hour, it's been under the midpoint several times here in today's market action, right? In the pre-market, then it came back up, and towards the second half of the day. This is the first time that the outflows significantly crossed to the downside, currently at minus 3.86, since the inflows crossed back here on November 10th. Came from that dip area, got that bull indicator, and full transitions into strength, right? And I talked about this in yesterday's video. We have hit many bright green bars, and the transitions eventually happen on the way back down. And I was going to watch if a bear indicator pops up that cancels out this bull indicator, or if the outflows actually start to cross below the midpoint and if the transitions begin. So far, it's gone as far as a red bar. The full transition after red bars is white with red borders. So tomorrow is going to be critical, and I'm going to share with you guys the key levels that I'm watching. The first thing is, if these outflows continue to dominate here on the 1 hour and pull down even lower, it could quickly start reflecting into this chart and pulling it down with it. And same thing on the 30-minute. The longer it stays below the midpoint, and if it pulls away from it, quickly this could start reflecting into the chart and impacting the price action. And on top of that, the longer it stays below the midpoint, it could affect it. And we're under a bear indicator here, and the first support I'm watching is 394. Below that is 393, and below those two levels is 390, guys. Those are critical levels to the downside. And to the upside, I'm going to be watching 400, above 400, 403, and above 403 is 405. And if bull indicators can pop up, and if these inflows can start picking up and cross back over the midpoint, that's going to be critical. I'm going to be watching these inflow versus outflows and bull and bear indicators going into tomorrow. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.